So I think the business option, so we're gonna weigh him.
I was gonna say, Devin said, let's do it. You know, I know he's dealing with some legal issues. I don't know what happened. He said he had to turn himself in, but I believe he tweeted like, Keyshawn, let's do it. I mean,
He said that?
yeah.
I'm not the type to back down, and Dion knows that, which is why he once tweeted, "Yeah, we can make it happen." The boxing world is on fire right now, after shocking footage showed Devin Haney and Keyshawn Davis getting into a heated confrontation at an airport that nearly turned into an all-out brawl. As what started as trash talk on social media has now escalated into real-life drama, leaving everyone talking about whether these two will settle their differences in the ring or if things will explode before fight night. With sources close to both camps confirming that Haney spotted Davis at a major airport and immediately approached him while security rushed in, desperately trying to keep the situation from spiraling completely out of control. Interview 2.
Shakur as an amateur and shit. So Shakur introduced me to Floyd, Devin Haney, all type of stuff. So there's a hell of times around Devin Haney and we 24 fitness playing basketball regularly before we became celebrities.
Keyshawn Davis called out Devin Haney following his knockout win over Jermaine Ortiz at Madison Square Garden on January 31st. But no one expected it to boil over like this. Now conflicting witness accounts about the exact words exchanged and who actually started the confrontation have sparked massive debate throughout the boxing community. Before breaking down the explosive airport incident, it's important to understand the backstory behind the bad blood between these two young champions. Because the rivalry between Devin Haney and Keyshawn Davis didn't come out of nowhere. It's been simmering for months, fueled by back-and-forth shots on social media and in interviews. Interview 3. Keyshawn Davis made headlines immediately after stopping Jermaine Ortiz in the 12th round at Madison Square Garden by calling out Devin Haney during his post-fight interview in front of thousands of fans, confidently telling the crowd that he wanted Haney next, calling it the fight he wanted and the fight the fans wanted, and boldly promising to knock him out once they shared the ring. The call-out was seen as both bold and disrespectful, especially considering Haney is the reigning WBO welterweight champion and has accomplished far more in his career at this stage, leading many in the boxing world to believe that Davis was jumping the gun by targeting someone of Haney's caliber before even winning a title at super lightweight, ending his message with a chilling warning that Haney was next on his hit list.
Shakur as an amateur and shit. So Shakur introduced me to Floyd, Devin Haney, all type. So there's a hell of times around Devin Haney and we 24 fitness playing basketball regularly before we became celebrities type shit, or just who we are today. It just never even looked me in my eyes. Never showed me respect. Like never. Shakur always like, yo, this nigga Keyshawn, this, that, that.
Sources backstage at Madison Square Garden that night said people in Devin Haney's circle were immediately angered by what they saw as a disrespectful. Colton wanted to respond aggressively, with one insider claiming that when Keyshawn Davis said he would knock Haney out, those around Haney were heated, feeling it disrespected everything Devin had accomplished and that Davis needed to be checked for it. That backstage frustration quickly set the stage for a full-blown social media war between the two fighters and their camps over the following days, with Devin Haney responding to the call-out on Twitter on February 1st with what appeared to be a playful tweet.
Everybody, Devin Haney. Why is that the fight for you?
Let's go. His father in my DMs keep screenshotting stuff that we saying. I don't know what he's screenshotting it for, but Devin Haney definitely on my hit list, and we making that happen 2020.
People close to Haney's camp revealed that Devin felt Keyshawn Davis was using his name for clout and attention without earning the right to step into the ring with a 3D Vision world champion. Viral, racking up over 500,000 views as fans flooded the comments debating who would win if the two ever fought at welterweight. One passionate fan wrote that Keyshawn talked too much for someone who had just been stripped of his lightweight title for missing weight, claiming Haney would easily school him, while another fan fired back in Davis' defense, saying critics were sleeping on his power and speed, arguing that he's younger, hungrier, more explosive than Haney, and that the fight would be a war where Keyshawn could shock the world.
Call-out was bold and disrespectful, considering that Haney is the current WBO welterweight champion and has accomplished far more in his career than Keyshawn at this point. Many people in the boxing world believed Keyshawn was jumping the gun by calling out someone like Haney when he hasn't even won a belt at super lightweight Sources yet. Say the laughing emoji was actually hiding serious anger.
How's you and Devin Haney in? How does that fight go?
The divide among fans perfectly highlighted the uncertainty over how a fight between these two talented young fighters would actually unfold in the ring. With many boxing analysts believing Keyshawn Davis's confidence is fueled by his recent knockout win and the momentum he gained after a difficult year that saw him stripped of his title. According to people who train at the same gym as Davis, he's been telling sparring partners for weeks that Haney's style is perfect for him, calling it predictable, saying he's not a big puncher and claiming he would walk right through him. This level of confidence and trash talk is exactly what fight fans love. But it also creates real animosity that can spill over into real-life confrontations. As the back and forth continued to heat up on social media throughout the week, with both fighters liking supportive tweets and subtly taking shots at each other without directly engaging in.
Immediately with over 500,000 views and fans flooding the comments arguing about who would win if
Sources familiar with both camps revealed that serious behind-the-scenes talks were taking place about making the fight happen sometime in 2026, if the money was right, with one promoter speaking anonymously, saying the matchup made sense for both sides. Haney would get a relatively easy defense against someone who hadn't fully proven himself yet, while Keyshawn Davis would land a major opportunity against a big-name opponent. However, all of that business talk suddenly became irrelevant when the two fighters unexpectedly came face-to-face at an airport in a confrontation no one saw coming. Now, attention turns to the shocking details of what really went down when Devin Haney confronted Keyshawn Davis. As multiple eyewitnesses say, the incident occurred at a major airport on February 2nd, when both fighters happened to be passing through the same terminal at nearly the exact same
stars. And I know Devin Haney is the same fighter from when he was at 35. He's the same fighter when he was at 40. Now he's at 40. So he ain't nothing changed. But his weight, you know what I'm saying? I will knock Devin Haney out. Guaranteed. You know, I just feel like, shouts out to Devin, though. You do your thing. Like, I have no problem against you, bro. But we talking business right now. I will knock Devin.
According to witnesses at the scene, Devin Haney spotted Keyshawn Davis from across the terminal and immediately began walking toward him, with his security team trailing behind, with one traveler later posting on social media that they had just seen Haney walk straight up to Davos at the airport while security tried to stop him, but Haney was heated and refused to back down. Sources close to the situation said Haney approached Davis aggressively, confronting him about the trash
DMs. We already was talking about it, honestly, before he even hit the media. So I know it's going to happen in 2026.
And you're good going straight to Devin in your first fight at 47?
social media, with people nearby overhearing him challenge Davis to say it to his face and questioning how tough he really was. The confrontation escalated rapidly as both fighters moved closer, forcing their security teams to rush in and separate them before things turned physical. While Davis reportedly stood his ground, firing back with the same intensity and telling Haney that he would knock him out whenever they fought, declaring that Haney was no longer on his level and that he was the future.
Keyshawn, this, that, third. He be like, for real? That nigga still a kid. And like, he just never gave me
he
my
sunned
respect.
you. He sunned you.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's nigga, you know goddamn well, now I'm here. And everything
The exchange prompted both fighters' security teams to step in and physically separate them, while other travelers began pulling out their phones to capture the drama, with one witness posting on social media, "This is crazy. Devin Haney and Keyshawn Davis almost fought at the airport. Security had to separate them." However, the video the witness claimed to record hasn't surfaced online, leaving many to wonder just how close the confrontation came to turning physical. Your sources connected to airport security said the situation was tense enough that airport police were called to ensure it didn't escalate. One officer reportedly told colleagues that both fighters were visibly heated and trash-talking, but security managed to separate them in time before any punches were thrown, though it was a very close call and could have easily turned ugly.
Nah, why Devin Haney, bro? Honestly, because he's a star. He's a superstar.
You asking that question. I felt like that's what it was. But go ahead.
Yeah, like at the end of the day, I'm ready to fight anybody. So I'm going for the
Near brawl at the airport quickly went viral on social media, even without clear video evidence, as fans and media personalities debated who was in the wrong. Many criticized Devin Haney for approaching Keyshawn Davis, arguing that a champion shouldn't be confronting someone at an airport over trash talk, with one prominent boxing analyst tweeting that it made Haney look insecure, and that such issues should be handled in the ring, not a terminal. Others defended Haney, saying Davis had been disrespectful for weeks and deserved to be called out, with a popular fan account posting that Davis talks like he's Floyd Mayweather despite not having achieved much yet, insisting Haney was right to check him and that champions can't be disrespected without consequences.
What we doing?
The same thing that we talked about we were going to do in the DM before you picked Jermaine.
2026, we're doing it.
And then we need to get him back. You promise?
You promise. You the promoter.
Well, I got you. Listen, in the DMs, I got your word on it. All right, just stand on it. Say, look, handle that business, okay? All right.
Opinion reflects the ongoing debate over whether fighters should settle their beef in the ring or if confrontations outside boxing are ever justified when disrespect crosses the line. Sources close to Keyshawn Davis's team said he felt completely justified standing his ground during the airport incident, with one insider claiming Davis told them afterward that Haney came at him aggressively, but he didn't budge and boldly declared he would knock Haney out, adding more fuel to the fire and intensifying fan demand to see the fight happen. Meanwhile, sources close to Devin Haney painted a different picture, suggesting that Davis was actually nervous and backed down when confronted, highlighting how sharply perspectives differ depending on which camp you're hearing from.
Really wants the biggest fights in the sport of boxing, or does he just want the biggest headlines? You know, after
the near brawl at the airport immediately started spreading across social media, even without clear video evidence, with fans and media personalities weighing in on who was in the wrong. Many people criticized Devin Haney for approaching Keyshawn in the first place, arguing that a champion shouldn't be running up on people at airports over trash talk. One prominent boxing analyst tweeted, "Haney looks insecure going after Keyshawn at an airport. Champions don't do that. Just sign the contract and handle it in the ring where it matters. This makes Devin look bad." However, others defended Haney's actions, claiming that Keyshawn has been disrespectful for weeks and deserved to be confronted about all the trash he's been talking. A fan account with a large following posted, "Keyshawn talks like he's Floyd Mayweather when he hasn't accomplished anything yet. Haney was right to check him. You can't just disrespect champions without consequences."
I'm just trying to figure out at the end of the day if Keyshawn Davis...
People close to Devin Haney reportedly told media that when he walked up to Keyshawn Davis, ready to handle business, Davis' energy changed completely, with one source claiming he started stuttering and looking for help instead of maintaining the same confidence he displays on social media. These conflicting accounts have fueled even more controversy among boxing fans trying to determine the truth. And without clear video footage, it's impossible to know exactly who said what or whether either fighter truly backed down or stood their ground. What is certain, however, is that the confrontation occurred. Security had to step in. And the rivalry between these two fighters has never been hotter. In the days AF, while Keyshawn Davis fired back hours later, posting, "I don't back down from nobody, anytime, any place, anywhere. Sign the contract, and let's really see who talks and who walks. I'm ready when you're ready, champ," making it clear he has no intention of letting the beef die down and is actively pushing for the fight to happen as soon as possible. Boxing promoter Eddie Hearn, who works with Davis, weighed in during...
Keyshawn Davis looked spectacular in his 140-pound debut, calls out Devin Haney, but Devin Haney, for some obvious reason, couldn't be there to accept the call out.
That this kind of drama is actually good for the sport. Real beef, real tension, real stakes. If these two genuinely don't like each other, that fight is going to do massive numbers when it happens. Acknowledging that while the airport confrontation was potentially dangerous, it has undeniably created enormous buzz and interest in a possible Haney versus Davis.
Right. That's what Keyshawn said. Keyshawn is going to be a good fight.
What's up?
Fold in the ring with Keyshawn Davis' elite timing and solid defense going up against Devin, the Dream Haney's elite jab, quick feet, fast hands, championship pedigree, and high-level ring IQ. Sources familiar with ongoing negotiations revealed that both camps are now seriously discussing making the fight happen sometime in mid-2026, possibly in Las Vegas or New York, with one insider saying the airport thing changed everything. Both sides realize there's real money to be made here because fans are genuinely invested in seeing who wins this rivalry. However, major obstacles remain, including weight class negotiations, purse splits, and deciding which platform would broadcast the fight. Haney currently holds the WBO welterweight title at 147 pounds, while Davis just fought at super lightweight, 140 pounds. This 7-pound gap complicates matters because Davis would need to move up in weight to challenge Haney, potentially putting him at a size disadvantage despite his confidence.
Chess match with Keyshawn Davis's elite timing, sharp and accurate punch, and understanding of range, and solid defense being tested against Devin the Dream Haney's elite jab, quick feet, fast hands, championship pedigree, and, his high...
Many boxing experts believe Devin Haney, with one respected trainer telling media, Keyshawn is talented, but he's biting off more than he can chew calling. Out Haney at 147, that's a tough jump, and Haney's too skilled and experienced at that weight. However, Davis supporters argue that his youth, speed, and power could overcome any size disadvantage, and point out that Haney hasn't.
40 growing into that weight? That's a no.
It looked like it.
It looked like it.
It looks
to
like
us, Keyshawn.
To me.
That's good.
Faced anyone with Davis' explosive athletic ability. As this rivalry continues to develop, one thing is certain. The boxing world will be watching closely to see if the explosive airport confrontation actually leads to a fight announcement. Because the beef between Haney and Davis has reached a boiling point that cannot be ignored. And fans are demanding these to settle their differences in the ring where it truly matters.
It's crazy because my beginning of my professional career, his father used to be like, "Oh, businessman, what's up with you?" Like, dap me up.
My man.
And,
so you always was the
Dad,
businessman.
And Dad was keep his face forward and like, dang, I can't get no pat. Like, me, African American, you can't show me no type of love.
The rivalry between Devin the Dream Haney and Keyshawn Davis exploded after Davis. Post-fight call-out and reached a peak when the two confronted each other at an airport, forcing security and police to intervene before things got physical. Promoters are now in serious talks for a potential mid-2026 showdown, though weight differences and purse splits remain hurdles. Experts favor Haney for his experience and size, but Davis, youth, speed, and power make the matchup unpredictable. Whether staged or real, the drama has boxing fans desperate to see these two settle it where it counts in the ring.